February has come and gone, and I have the books to show for it. Hey everyone, welcome back to Andrew's Wizardly Reads, and as always guys, I am Andrew, and today we are doing another book haul here on the channel for you. But before we get into it, please like this video and subscribe to the channel, as it does help the channel grow. And you can check the description box down below for links to all of my social media, including information about my Patreon, my Amazon wish list, the Discord. All of that is there for you to explore. Now, with that out of the way, we should get into this book haul, which is a sizable book haul. I anticipate next month to be even more sizable because that is, of course, my birthday book haul. And I usually get gifts from family and viewers and friends and stuff like that. So it's always going to be quite a surprise to see what comes in March. However, February, I filled in some holes in my collection. And we're going to start with, where do I want to start? I'm going to start over here because I've got this in reverse, but I've been meaning to have these physical copies for a long time. Essentially, I started out my self-pub journey reading a lot of Drew Hayes, but I didn't own any Drew Hayes books physically. I've even interviewed Drew Hayes. He's an amazing author, and this series is sadly getting ready to come to a close, but it's not over yet, and I am fully caught up on this series, so I have read every one of these books. Starting off, I believe at book number 8, Posthumous Education. This is Fred the Vampire Accountant, and we're going to go down the list of Out of House and Home for number 7. Number 6, Undeading Bells. Undeading Bells? Yeah, like, wedding bells and stuff like that. So that's number 5. Number 4. Nope, this is number 5 right here. Deadly. I've got this all out of order. Anyway, Deadly Assignments, or Assessments, of Fangs and Freelance. And then we got number 3, Bloody Acquisitions, On Death and Taxes. And of course, The Utterly and Uninteresting Tales of Fred the Vampire Accountant. And the reason that this kind of got kicked off is I saw The Utterly Uninteresting Tales of Fred the Vampire Accountant on Pango from my friend and patron's Chris the Real Bookaholic. He had a copy listed, and I decided to just go ahead on a whim and snag it up. And then the bug hit, and I bought the other 7 on Amazon. So I've got those. There's 8. 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 right there. And then we'll have more Drew Hayes later. But going all the way back to also the beginning of the channel, or maybe even prior to the beginning of the channel, I used to take part in read-alongs on the Library of Alexandria and Mike's Discord, or from Mike's Book Reviews. And they both read The Greatcoats by Sebastian de Castell, which is Traitor's Blade, Night Shadow, very beautiful right there, Saint's Blood, and Tyrant's Throne. And this is one of the first series I read upon discovering BookTube. It was probably in the first 10. I really enjoyed this series. I've read all 4, and Sebastian has finally come back to the world of the Greatcoats, which you will see here in a second when I've got a prequel book to the new series that's coming out. Like, he's dropping 2 books within like 2 months of each other, all set in the Greatcoats world. And I know that he's been working on it for quite a while. So I was like, you know what? I should fill in that gap. I really enjoy the Greatcoats. And it's weird that I don't have it on my shelf, so now I do. And then a gap that I did have, and you've probably seen the video. If you haven't already, I'll link it up right there. This is my Juniper Books set of A Song of Ice and Fire, where I have all of the A Song of Ice and Fire books now in a standard hardcover, but wrapped in Juniper dust jackets. And so we've got right here, which one's this one? Storm of Swords, in this nice Juniper dust jacket. Oh, geez, they're kind of sticky because of Mylar wrapped them. Clash of Kings. We've got Dance with Dragons. Ooh, don't fall over. Dance with Dragons right there. Perfect. And we've got a Game of Thrones, number 1. This is all out of order. I don't know why I've got them out of order. These are just standard hardcovers. These are not special editions. A Feast for Crows. And Fire and Blood. And if you want to know my full thoughts on Juniper and the Dust Jacket collections, please make sure to check out that video that I have linked up in the cards. Let's go ahead and move a giant stack of books out of the way. but that is another 10 books. So we're now at 18 books on this book haul. And I told you, because of the Read My Shelf challenge, I am trying to be more intentional with my book hauls. So that's filling in gaps, buying books that I've already read but I don't own physically, or upgrading copies that I already have. And that's where this is going to come into play. This is essentially 2 omnibuses that upgrade 6 of my books from mass market paperback to this size. And I have those 6 mass market paperbacks. In fact, I have the entire series listed on my Pango book. So if you've been wanting to check out David Gimmel's Draenei saga, you can go to my Pango books, and I've got all 11 books in various states and conditions on there for you to purchase as a single lot. It's first come, first serve, but that is in the description box down below. We have got Volume 1, which is in kind of rough condition. This is a rare omnibus that went out of print 2001. You can kind of see that I've got a kind of creased cover here and a crease there. This is what they considered very good condition. The spine's all broken. So there is that. And then I got Volume 2, which is also by Orbit. This was in fantastic condition. We've got a little bit of delamination right here. It's kind of hard for me to get the camera to take a look at it, but it is there. And then, of course, they shipped it in a flexible mailer, so it's got a ding right here. And I don't know if you can see it on the camera or not. There we go. You can kind of see it's dinged. And so this very rare book was damaged because the shipper decided to just not protect the book when shipping it. So I do have these. I'm very happy to have them in my collection now, just because it's very hard to get a consistent size for Draenei. So that's upgrading 6 books into 2, and this is actually saving me space on my shelves so I can have more room in my collection, believe it or not. And then, of course, 2 of those mass market paperbacks were not available in an omnibus collection. That is the Skilligan duology, which is Sword of Night and Day, and White Wolf. And I've got them kind of right here. I had a small mix-up. I got White Wolf completely damaged, and I had to buy 2 copies. One got refunded, and this is my replacement copy. This one smells kind of musty, though, but it is what it is. And I bought this from a friend of the channel, Mindalin, and he's got a Pango bookstore as well as he sells on eBay. I didn't know it was him when I bought it on eBay, but when I saw who it had shipped from, I messaged him. I was like, was this you? And he's like, yeah, that was me. And I was like, oh, cool. He's like, I thought that was you. So thank you very much, Mendelin, for this. And there was a small mix-up because I went to claim a refund on the damaged White Wolf, and I actually did it on this, so then I had to, like, repay him after he refunded me the money, and I was just like, I'm so sorry. Here's your money. I want to make sure you get paid. My bad. Like, I had a very airheaded moment, but we got it worked out, and it was a funny coincidence. But basically, this is me upgrading Draenei. This is 8 of the books. 8 of the 11, and I've got the other omnibus that is not Orbit, it is Bantam, because Orbit only has the rights to 6 of the books, which is annoying, but I've got that on the way, which should be arriving in March's book haul. I have then also started repurchasing in hardcover Red Rising, and I started with Golden Sun because this one is out of print. This is a very, very rough edition of Golden Sun. You can kind of see the crease going straight down the center, and there is some damage along the spine as well. But I mean, frankly, I overpaid for this. But for some reason, when I went to go rebuy the hardcover, all of them are in stock at Amazon except Golden Sun, and everybody's charging exorbitant rates for Golden Sun. So I don't know what Del Rey is doing, but get your act together and reprint this because it's annoying. And I will probably have to, even though I got charged out the wazoo for a very poor condition book, I'll probably end up needing to have to rebuy that one as well, which is just all kinds of fun. But I mentioned that there was going to be more Drew Hayes. And there is, because the series that started it all with Drew Hayes is Superpowered. And these are the hardcovers. I don't have Corpies yet because I kind of overspent on my monthly budget. But I did get Year 1 right here, all in hardcover. Now these are display editions because they don't have a reinforced spine. So these are more for display than anything else. I've got them on ebook and audio as well. We've got Year 2. And the reason I got them in hardcover is the first 3 are available in paperback. And then the fourth one is only available in hardcover because it's massive. That was year 3, by the way. And then year 4. And you can see that year 4 is just an absolute brick. I love this series, and even if it's for display purposes only, I would like to own these physically in a matching set, so that's why I sprung for these hardcovers, and I have zero regrets. Zero regrets. I don't have any regrets in purchasing those. They are a bit on the pricier side, but I'm hoping to get Corpries in soon, and then I will have a full Superpowered set, and that makes me very, very, very happy. It's one of my favorite series by Drew Hayes. I then got one review copy this month. It sounded so good that I couldn't quite say no to it. We've got Devin Erickson's Theft of Fire, and I believe this is Orbital Space book number 1. It is sci-fi. Sci-fi has been resonating with me a whole lot lately, so I'm very excited for this. At the frozen edge of the solar system lies a hidden treasure, which could spell their fortune or their destruction, but only if they survive each other first. That just sounds really, really cool. And I kind of like the cover art. Let me know what you think about the cover in the comments down below. Who did the cover? Because that cover is gorgeous. Let's see here. Do we credit the cover art? Cover designed by Thea McGrath, and then edited by Patty McIntosh Mize. So this is cover designed by Thea Magarand. Magarand? Let me know if I've said that correctly. And then I received a Kickstarter. This is the 4th book in a series I am mostly caught up on. I just need to read this. This is Desperate Dispatches by Mike Mullen. And Mike is not only a friend and a patron of the channel, but he told me that he wrote Nico and I into the story, and he hopes we like how we've been included into the story. This would probably be the first story that I am aware of I've been written into. I hope that, he kills me off or something like that. That would be entertaining to see my character killed off in a story. But we shall see. I should be reading this sometime this year. Thank you so much, Mike. I'm very excited for this. And then, of course, I've showed this on the channel multiple times, but I got Between Two Fires by Christopher Buehlman. This is the Mid-World Press edition. This is a special edition of a book that I probably shouldn't have bought a special edition of. I am kind of mixed on the story. I give it about a 3.5 out of 5. I do need to kind of go back and do a reread. This is signed. It is illustrated. It is a gorgeous book. Midworld Press did an amazing job at an affordable price for this special edition. I just kind of, in the first 20%, I was really enjoying myself, so I jumped the gun and bought a special edition. And then I got into the story proper, and I was like, oh, this might not be my thing. Oh, well, I've already placed my order. Which happens sometimes. But I like Christopher Buehlman enough that I'm willing to reread it again sometime in the future, and we shall see if it maybe clicks a little better that time. Especially since I'll know what to expect. One that I have also read, pretty much, by the way, so far we have, I think, 2 books I haven't read. No, sorry, that's wrong. So far, we're at 2 books I haven't read, and then I am on the 3rd book of A Song of Ice and Fire. So there's 2 there, and then Fire and Blood. So we're at 5 books I haven't read yet on this book haul so far. So that's not too bad. But we've also got one that I've read, which is And Put Away Childish Things by Adrian Tchaikovsky. I have discovered that I am a huge fan of Adrian Tchaikovsky's novellas. Maybe not his books, but definitely his novellas. This is a limited hardcover run. It says one of 3,500 limited copy editions, and I'm very happy to have this in my collection. My buddy read this with Murphy Napier. She said, hey, I'm reading this and you're reading it with me. I said, okay, Murphy. And that's kind of how we interact. She just tells me things and then I go and do it. It's definitely a very healthy friendship. I'm very, very, very thankful for Murphy. But yeah, I had a great time discussing this with her. I had a great time reading it. It was like The 100 Acre Wood mixed with the Chronicles of Narnia with a dark twist on it. It was very, very enjoyable to read. And this has actually led me to also reading another novella by Adrian Tchaikovsky. And it's been fascinating. Kind of rediscovering, because I didn't think, I pretty much, I was done with Adrian Tchaikovsky. And now I'm like, okay, maybe the novellas are where it's at for me. And yeah, I'm discovering that so far they've been bangers. And then we've got these 2, which these are John Scalzi, The Collapsing Empire and The Consuming Fire. And this is really just to rectify a mistake I made in my last book haul, where I accidentally bought book 3 and I didn't own books 1 or 2. For some reason, I thought it was part of Old Man's War. It wasn't. Well, now I've rectified that, and I now have the entire trilogy. I haven't even started this trilogy. I just bought it because I felt silly. And then the final book that we've got in this book haul, as I mentioned, Sebastian de Castell had came back to the world of the Greatcoats, and we have got Crucible of Chaos. You can kind of see the sword sticking through the sea. I'm very excited for this. I don't know when I'm going to get to it, but it's not super long, and the next book comes out in April, so I need to kind of get on this. But I'm very excited to finally be coming back to Sebastian de Castell because he is an author that I have enjoyed in the past and I hope to enjoy in the future. But that is my book haul. By my count, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 books from this book haul. This is a rather sizable book haul that I haven't read yet. Everything else is just filling in holes in the collection. Let me know how your February went, and that's all I really got for today, guys. So until next time, peace out, stay magical. Bye. And as always, I want to give a huge thank you to my patrons. Thank you for supporting my passion and my hobby.